We are so excited to say that this podcast is sponsored by Watermans.
Wait, the solicitors?
Yeah, but they're not like regular solicitors, obviously.
So not super serious and complicated?
Yeah, I would say they're a bit more straightforward kind of vibe, our vibe.
I can get bored with that.
For straightforward legal advice, remember Watermans.
Welcome back to On Your Plate.
Welcome back, guys. We are in sunny Glasgow.
Home to the motherland.
And it's far better weather here than it was in Nashy Nash.
It is.
What a shit show.
We picked the worst week to go there.
We got the back end of that big, huge hurricane that was it Florida?
Hurricane Helen.
Was that what it's called?
Helene. Hurricane Helene.
Anyway, we made the most of what we could. It was honestly an amazing trip. And we're glad to be back. I, for one, am certainly glad to be back because I was away for what felt like forever.
I know it did actually, weeks.
But we've just been having neutral rants before, getting everything off our plates. So we can be a little bit more posy-wazzy vibes because Zoe was a little angry ball of fire.
I do think when you come back from being away on that sort of trip, it's quite draining.
It certainly
I don't mean
is.
that in a negative way, but it's like you're constant.
Yeah.
You're constantly doing things, you're around loads of different people, like whatever. I just need...
Well, you never got to catch a minute because you're with Molly. I got a room to myself. It was bliss.
Although...
Which I know is a lovely thing, but you, in the grand scheme of things, you are never actually catching a minute. Peace. So it's intense.
I do think that mine and Molly's energy is a good match because I need it.
Yeah.
Like
you need people to lift you up.
It lifts me up a bit.
Yeah.
And I do think she's funny as fuck. But also, when I woke up during the night to go to the toilet, a lot of the time she was awake and I would be like, like you'd catch eyes and I'd be like, hiya. And she would just like look and not say anything. I'm like, can you... Are you sleeping with your eyes open or are you choosing to ignore me?
She has to be the funniest person I've ever met.
I think she was choosing to ignore me. Anyways, we'll do a quick catch up on the couple of things that we did in Nashville after we recorded.
Mm-hmm.
Which, thanks for everyone's patience, by the way, on that going up last week because I nearly wouldn't have been here this week because I nearly flung myself off the fucking bridge. So thanks for that. Appreciate you always. We need to talk about the honky tonk bus.
Honky tonk!
The honky tonky.
We had a great time, didn't we?
That was iconic.
A great time was had.
And I also do think the rain and the ponchos added to the great time.
Yeah. Because it was covered, but the sides were it.
So you get the odd, like, flurry of rain coming in the sides, but I just think it made it funnier.
Yeah.
We're all dancing around with a fucking bin bag on, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it was nice to go out just after sunset, so it was all the bright lights of Broadway.
Yeah, that was really fun. I loved that. And I just loved how you could request your own songs. Like, we were on it with a hen do, well, a bachelorette.
Who told us that their houses back home were completely destroyed, by the way,
yeah,
from the
they
hurricane.
Were the hurricane
Were they South
was.
Carolina, I think they said?
I think it might have been there, yeah. I wouldn't say they were a hoot.
No.
I saw the bride shake her arse once and then I never seen it again.
Yeah, it was a bit awkward, wasn't it?
I think we were carrying the vibes.
A lot of people didn't know one another either on that trip. But they were really sweet.
Yeah, they were
and
lovely.
did you know that in America, because when we basically have a toilet break and you go off to a bar, and I think they must have a deal with this bar that they encourage you to go and buy shots, which you did multiple, when I couldn't believe Zoe Quinn was doing a shot of tequila twice. My eyeball was... honestly, couldn't believe it. But we then went to the toilet and I was in the queue with the mother of the bride. And she started showing me the bride's dress.
I totally forgot all about this.
But she's fully done up in the dress. So I thought she was just showing it me in the dress shop. Oh, no. It was a full-on photo shoot. And I went, oh, so the wedding's been then? She went, oh, no. In America, or maybe whatever religion or state they were in, it's a thing that the bride goes to the actual venue. She has a full setup, full hair, makeup, dress on, photo shoot. So when the guests go to the party on the actual day, the ceremony, there's a full-size portrait of her there in like an easel. What the fuck's that about?
That's Gavin funeral.
You can literally, I know, you can literally see her with your eyeballs.
Before she's walked down the aisle.
And the dress was gorgeous, may I add. She looked amazing, but I was like, that's really weird. So you've all seen the dress then? And they're like, oh yeah. Well, where's the surprise?
That's the only bit that matters to the girl.
And I wasn't sure if the guy had the whole photo shoot done too. Maybe they keep that bit a surprise. Anyway.
I did hear you wheezing there.
Yeah. Why is that? I worked out this morning, but it wasn't that hard. But then again, it was the first thing I've done in a long time, so could be.
Maybe just a bit chesty.
Could be. Anyway, so we were on this hen do with these... we were on this bus with this hen do. And they kind of... Don't you feel like the rules of the bus were not strict whatsoever? I thought she'd be like, don't sit on the sides, don't do this, don't stand up, but you could do whatever you wanted.
There was no rules. The only bit you couldn't stand on
was the bit where the cup holders were.
The actual edge. But you could sit up there if you wanted. You could hang out the side.
Yeah.
You just couldn't stand on that bit to like dance up there. But you could stand on the benches at the side.
Yeah.
Which are basically the same thing.
And if you are going to Nashville, there's loads of things like that. You know, the pedal tour that you see guys do in London where they're all cycling and there's that sort of vibe. Mm-hmm. There's loads of honky-tonk style buses. But I would say the one we were on was the most fun, maybe?
Yeah, I think because it's more open. It's got like the flashing lights. You take your drink on it. You request songs. Do you remember the driver got up and danced?
Was that to Nicki Minaj?
Super Bass? Is that what it's called?
God knows, but I could not believe that. I was floored.
I feel like I just caught the last few seconds of it and I was like, that was iconic.
I was like, look at that girl from the Hindu doing like a twerking, and then they're like, no, that's the driver. It's like, wow. But can you hear me wheezing again? Goodness gracious. Before you get to the honky tonk, you all meet at like a meeting point where they check your IDs, put wristbands on you. And it's basically bring your own booze, but you have to buy the booze there. So they've got so many fridges. It's like a store inside this sort of bar place. And it's all boxed like hard seltzers, pre-mixed, cans of stuff that you would get in the shop, but in packs of 4, 6, whatever.
Like margaritas and Palmas and shit like that.
Really clever. And then around the corner is a big merch shop where you've got like loads of tacky bride hats, sunglasses, all that type of shit. So it's actually iconic to go in a group because I think they sit like 20 people. But yeah, God, we're selling it for them, aren't we? Bloody hell.
I know, we should have got a dissy.
I think it was $45 per person. But we paid for Heather because it was her birthday, so it came to like $60.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely recommend doing something like that if you want a nice bit of tack. And then...
Grand Ole Opry.
Thoughts?
Loved it.
Really cool, wasn't it?
I loved that Dylan guy. Dylan Schneider
or something. He's
Dylan
definitely going to be big up and coming, isn't he?
Yeah. He was really good. The girl that was on American Idol, was it? She was good.
She was brilliant. Ellie something?
Was that Nothing But a Memory girl?
Yeah. So basically, the Grand Ole Opry, we did say this on our last week's episode. Sorry, I've got the fits of giggles. Is an iconic music venue in Nashville, a little bit further out, 20 minutes. And it's a live radio station.
Sorry, I've got the giggles.
It's a live radio station, and it was very #ad, wasn't it? It was so #ad.
I forgot about that as well.
So the guy, there's a big guy, imagine a typical American man who's hosting a show.
The most American person I've ever seen.
He's like, hi, and welcome to the Grand Ole Opry with me, Mike. And it's just very much like that. And then he goes, so, today, have you ever thought about eating a can of baked beans? Our sponsor is blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, #ad. Every 10 minutes,
so funny.
The screen pops up with, have you ever thought about wearing some Wellington boots?
And it's like flashing along, like flying in the screen in the sky.
And then loads of random people come on and they were very good. A lot of people were like legendary country stars who, of course, we're not raging country fans, so we wouldn't know who half of them were. But the two that we liked were more young, up and coming, more the style of country that we like.
Yeah. The old guy with the
harmonica, which I thought was a vape.
So
He's got a vape out his pocket. Geek bar.
He was cute. Stop getting the giggles. It's thrown me.
He looked exactly like a geek bar. Oh, fucking hell. Anyway.
Fucking legend country singer doing a harmonica. I'm like, is that a fucking vape? Honestly.
Anyway, right. Let's move on from Nashville. Bored. Anyone else? Boring.
We're home, we're over it. It's being done.
God, I'm so excited for Cozy Zoe season. Are you?
Oh, Cozy Zoe season is here.
I love soups. I just love this crisp weather where it's freezing cold, but it's sunny and blue skies.
It's Great Western Road weather.
Great Western Road weather.
There you go.
Uddingston Food Market weather. Nothing better.
Nothing better.
I fucking love it.
A wee slip on night. Like, oh, Cozy Zoe.
Cozy Zoe. Right, rant of the week. I've got one.
Oh, fuck, right.
But this is kind of like what's been a lot on your plate. I'll give you a positive. I've bought a new pillow. I said it last week. The BB Hug Me pillow has to be the best invention of this entire world. I can't believe it. Richard said to me he'd been using it whilst I was away, and he was using it as an actual pillow, which I said last week. I said, no, you need to hug it down your body.
Is it just one long shape, or is it that V shape?
We looked at it in Mamas and Papas when nobody knew I was pregnant.
Oh, the big thing we pulled out the bag?
Yes, it's
Right.
that. But I got a dark olive green to match the vibes, you know, because it looks ugly
It's
on
like
the bed.
balls in it.
Tiny little foamy balls.
Baggy vibes. Right.
But it's because of the way it's designed is when you put your arm under it, it doesn't stop the blood circulation. You mould into it. Mm-hmm. But then all the beads puff up near your head and your belly goes into it. Oh, Zoe, it's fucking gorgeous. And the actual fabric around it is like nice, soft cotton. It was £150, okay? So it was an investment. And I was like, look, if this is going to give me some good night's sleep before the child arrives, which I'm going to probably have no sleep, then I'm going to invest. It really is bloody brilliant, and I will recommend this to anybody who struggles with sleep, pregnant or not, guys, women. That is the best pillow ever, because Richard's tested it and he said the exact same thing. He said he's had the 3 best night sleeps ever. The cat's never woke him, and since me taking the pillow off him and using it how it should, he's not slept as good.
Wow.
So that's a big yes from me. And maybe I can tag them and see if they'll give me a discount code for other people, but don't know. I should try that more, really.
Yeah.
Give them a little shout out, because it's expensive. But I got it off Amazon.
That is expensive, but you can't put a price on sleep before baby.
That's what I mean.
You need to bank it.
Anything to do with sleep, mattresses, quilts, pillows, that's where we should invest, because it's where you spend more than half your life. Don't you think?
Agree. Yeah.
My next rant of the week is, and I beg everybody listening to this, please stop posting spiders on the internet. Nobody cares about what spiders in your house. Nobody wants to see it, especially before we're going to sleep and we're scrolling online and you see a big tarantula that's crawling up your bed. We don't care. We don't want to see it. Deal with it yourself. Get it out of the house. People genuinely have severe fears of spiders, and
Jessica.
like myself, and I will then end up having sleep paralysis where it's crawling all over my body. I'm screaming. They're everywhere. Honestly, 2 years ago, it was one of the worst ever seasons of my life where I was genuinely having horrific
I remember that.
attacks in the night, and it was all because I was seeing them on people's stories, you know, because you're flicking just past.
Yeah.
I can't explain it to you. Like, I know people hate them too, but you cannot hate them that much if you're getting your phone out, recording them that close. You physically can't hate them that much. So please make it stop.
They should do, social media should put the thing, you know, the thing they put over images, like sensitive content, you have to like double click for it to come up. They should put that over spiders too.
And I appreciate if there's a really big one, you would take a picture of it and whatnot, but who really wants to see it? Especially when you're claiming you're so terrified of it. No, you're not. You're not.
Nobody wants to see it. I hate spiders, and they do give me like the creeps, but I could like approach to get rid.
Yeah, and I also would never kill one, which sounds bizarre from someone who hates them that much.
Sadly, I do, but I just don't know what the other option is.
Put them outside, but we've discussed this before. You say they die, don't they?
I think they die because they're inside spiders.
Especially living in an old flat, by the way. I have so many, but the cats kill them.
I get all the ones you can hardly see. Like, they're really, really, really skinny and like almost white.
Jealous.
Goals.
Joking.
But they're always in the bathroom.
They come up the bath plug.
Out of a bath.
Well, the shower plug. They actually do, because they're always in my bath.
No, they're always over at my window area. I know.
Even talking about them makes
I need to kill though, because it's a very like the slippers in the hand. It's a quite like.
Oh no, Zoe, I think that's cruel.
I know it is quite cruel, but
I know a lot of people kill them too,
always on
but
my walls, not on the floor. So look at the glass thing.
yeah,
That's a bit too interactive for me.
yeah. I think the only thing I could probably kill, I think we spoke about this in Nashville, is a fly.
I think that's impossible. They're too quick.
They're so quick.
So are spiders, to be fair.
Do you think flies have weird slow motion to them? Because their sense is incredible.
And they're like, bye, fucker.
Murray, do you actually know the scientific reason?
Oh, of course
Say
he
it.
does.
Of course he does.
Flies and birds see things in slow motion, basically.
How? That must mean they'd be able to stop time.
What?
Well, they must be able to stop time. They're seeing things slowed down.
I'm going to go into a fucking mental state here. We can't have this conversation.
Zoe said when we were flying back from Nashville, it's 2024. Why the fuck do we not have somebody to teleport us back yet? And I agree.
I agree. Why did it take us?
If flies can slow down time, why can't we fly home?
Also, what was so strange?
Like that.
Yeah, like obviously we need to fly home, but yeah, we just mean like we click the fingers home. But what was so strange on the way out was we chased the sun. So we didn't ever have a dark window on that flight, even though we flew through the night, technically. By the time we got there, it was like 2 a.m. or something back home, but not once did we see darkness.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. You do time travel back and forth.
My jet lag's not that bad as yours.
I'm knackered, but I think I'm just,
What's new?
yeah, like just CB knackered.
Yeah.
But I'm not struggling to get to sleep, but I'm struggling to stay awake.
Okay.
When it gets to like 3 p.m. yesterday, I was a bit like, I could go to sleep right now.
So what's been a lot on your plate? Have you got a rant of the week, or have you got something you want to tell me that you've eaten? That's delicious.
Well, I did start soup season yesterday,
Did you?
but I'll be honest, I started it
Fart in
with-
a bowl season?
That's more accurate actually, isn't it? Soup doesn't agree with me.
No, it doesn't.
The veg lentil thing, no thanks. Although I'll eat it every day. But we actually did just have a tin of tomato soup, Heinz,
Can't beat it.
which it was in the cupboard and I thought, perfect. And you can't beat it with a wee bit of bread dipped in. Mm-hmm. Just white bread, bit of butter on, doinky doink.
Doinky doinky.
And it was perfect lunch. And then I went to M&S to have sausages and mash for my dinner. I was like, we're back to wholesome, like cosy meals and I love it. No sausages left.
Everyone was having the same idea. Bangers and mash night.
Bangers and mash night. No sausages left. Raging. You don't even want to know what ended up happening.
Tell us right now.
Chicken munchies, spaghetti hoops and chips.
Chicken munchies?
Yeah,
What's
from
that?
M&S. The wee chicken nuggets, but they're balls.
With,
Spaghetti hoops
yeah,
and chips.
sounds perfect, Zoe.
Love.
Love, love, love.
Love, love, love. Nothing on bangers and mash with gravy though.
No, I agree. Do you have
Oh,
onion
yeah.
gravy?
What?
Do you have onion gravy? You
What?
just make bisto.
Yeah, best though, yeah.
Really need to teach you how to make gravy because you won't look back. It's not that hard, Zoe. It's really not that hard.
But is anything as easy as just a wee bit?
No, but it's worth it because of the taste.
Right, has it got onions through it?
You could add onions through it if you wish, like caramelised onions,
Mm.
bit of honey mustard if you want a bit of red wine or white wine in it, oosh, bit of flour, thickens up, beef stock.
So there was a lot of ingredients there.
5, of which you'll have most of them in your cupboard, I should hope.
Question.
Flour,
Got.
mustard,
Not got.
beef stock,
Got.
or a stock, yeah. Do you have a bit of wine hanging about?
Probably, but I could get that.
There you go.
Okay. Would you have gravy though always with sausages and mash, or would you have brown sauce anytime?
Gravy. I wouldn't be partial to having gravy with brown sauce
Mixing sauce and gravy?
because it's just vinegar, and
don't
I could
think I've
add
ever
vinegar in
done that.
anything.
Do you know something that I've not got in my flat and never ever have, and it's so bizarre? Vinegar.
Like
don't
classic malt vinegar.
Yeah, I don't have any vinegar in the house.
I've got red wine vinegar, white wine vinegar, normal vinegar, apple cider vinegar,
None. I do actually have a
balsamic vinegar.
white thing. I do have a white vinegar.
You'll have had that from maybe when you make your Asian foods.
Yeah, I think I've got something like that, but I don't just have normal vinegar because I mind my mum being over and we'd made like burgers and chips or something.
Yeah.
And she was like, any vinegar? And I was like, I actually don't. Mum, I'm sorry. Bizarre. Anyway, what's what?
That's what was on your plate physically.
Correct.
Emotionally?
Just a lot of things, guys.
Come on, get it off your plate.
I just think when you come back from a holiday, you don't really want to do anything.
Agree.
Everything's an effort to me.
Agree. You're experiencing the holiday blues, but in a different way.
Yeah,
You're not sad to be home because
No.
you want to be home.
Yeah.
But you've enjoyed 2 weeks or a week of just not having to think of anything.
Yeah, and I think because we were so busy, I didn't appreciate not having to think of things when I was there. Whereas on like a relaxed summer holiday, I'm very like, how good is that? I don't need to be at work right now.
Yeah.
Like you make yourself remember that you're not having to do that right now. So I think I'm just back and like, anything I need to do, I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
No interest.
You'll get back into the swing of it. You maybe are feeling a bit jet lagged.
I think I'm just a bit exhausted.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it really. This week, what have I got on? Well, we're going to see my mum's show on Friday.
Oh, I'm excited for
My
that.
mum's in her show.
And my mum's coming up. So I'm taking my mum and my stepsister Ella to see Zoe's mum's show. Jason's going, Richard's going, your brother Adam's
Yeah.
going. And she's at the South Lanarkshire,
It's like Airdrie Town
Airdrie.
Hall or something.
is it?
But that's
North
because-
Lanarkshire, isn't it? Sorry.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. That's because the Civic's shut down now.
See, I don't know what that is.
The big one in Motherwell that you've probably been in. It's quite near the football stadium.
I've never been there.
It's like a big theatre, like there's two sides.
There's one at Hamilton as well, no?
Yeah, but it's like that, but it's the Motherwell one.
Oh.
But they couldn't, there was like a roof issue or something, they couldn't get the funding, so it's shut. But like everyone's in an uproar about it because, like, that's ridiculous. Because like pantomimes went there at Christmas, school shows.
So where would they go now then? Airdrie or Hamilton, if you're from
or
the
like
area?
the Hall in Ravenscraig Sports Centre, like just shit places.
Yeah.
Whereas like, see when Leon Jackson, the Scottish guy, won X Factor or whatever.
I mean, you're talking to the wrong person, but yeah.
Do you not remember Leon Jackson?
No, sorry.
Can't believe it. What did he sing again? That's my goal. No, that was Shane Ward. Miracle. There can be miracles
But that's not his song.
when you believe. I know, but it was Scottish and he sang it and he won. Anyway, like when he came,
What's he called? Leon Jackson?
Leon Jackson.
Okay,
when
keep
he
talking, I'll
came
Google.
home, he like did a show there.
Right.
Like celebs went. It wasn't just like the locals. Do you know what I mean?
Never seen this guy in my life.
It was quite good, by the way.
Oh my goodness. Did he look like that? I absolutely do remember
yeah,
him.
that's him.
He had a
That's,
little gap in his teeth.
that's our Leon there.
It's giving a bit of Gareth Gates.
Yeah, he actually does look quite like him.
Never realised he was
Anyway, like people with
Scottish.
him, people like him would go to the Civic and like do a performance, like a concert.
Oh.
So it's quite shit that closed. So people are in an uproar about that the council aren't funding the repairs.
Who remembers all these people? Steve Brookstein, loved. Joe McElderry, Rydian Roberts. Do you remember Rydian?
Let me see him.
Rydian Roberts.
Yes. No, who was the guy? He
Matt
was-
Cardle.
No, who was the guy that was unbelievable? Me and Jason were listening to him the other day.
Ben Hownall.
No, keep going.
Alexandra Beck.
No.
Sam Bailey. Sam Bailey! She was from Leicester.
Nicky McDonald. Just from
Shane
Glasgow
Ward.
Mind.
Matt Terry.
Dalton. Is he on that?
No.
He was unbelievable.
Dalton Harris.
Yeah. Bring back the X Factor thoughts.
Dalton Harris. Jamaican guy.
Unbelievable. Performer.
I don't remember this.
Do you
I mustn't
remember
watch that season.
Cher Lloyd?
Of course. Jesus Christ. She's
Didn't-
part of my youth.
Do an impression of her right now.
Cher Lloyd by Cher Lloyd. Obviously, I remember the Scottish video. Hop about the page, how my swag on. What's up, what's up, what's up? Hey, I get money. Oh. That was quite good.
X Factor was
She
so
thought she was the
good.
bollocks, and she was.
She was.
At the time, she was like a mini Cheryl Cole.
Yeah.
Cheryl, should
People
we
used
call her?
to say they looked like you didn't.
Did she win?
Sorry, hen. I don't think so.
I wonder what she's up to. Because I thought she was having a bit of a comeback.
Recently?
Yeah.
Why was that though?
Because
Just-
people on TikTok are asking where all these like old legends from like the noughties, 90s have gone.
Yeah.
And then they're kind of bringing them back. You know, like Love of Huns.
I do think people have a second wind quite often.
Totally,
And
because
that
they were in an era where
industry.
they weren't completely slagged or cancelled. Like they weren't around of cancel culture.
Mm-hmm.
So, but people kind of forgot about them, but they're coming back because people are like, oh, actually, I do miss them.
Or a lot of them did it so young that now TikTok and all that, they're back on TikTok singing. Like I saw videos of that Louisa Johnson singing. Do you remember her?
Yes. People used to say I look like her all the time.
Really?
Yeah, if I ever get told who I look like, you'll piss at this. It's either Louisa Johnson or Sally from Coronation Street.
Perfect. I don't remember what she looks like.
You do.
Adele, thoughts?
Oh, yeah, I got that a lot as well. But who were we just saying there?
Sally from Coronation Street. I don't know if I've got a celebrity.
By the way, I'm not thinking of Sally. I'm not thinking of Gail Platt.
I've
There
never
she is.
really been into
Sally
soaps.
Lindsay. Looks like my mum.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I can actually see
What do you
that.
think, Murray?
I can see that, yeah.
Oh, I think she's gorgy, but I mean, not so much. That is me.
That is you. I think it's like all your features are quite like in the middle of your face.
What?
Like,
I've got a massive forehead.
no, because you actually don't have a big forehead.
I
but
do.
You don't. I think it's just like this. I don't know.
Even the nostril flare and the chin, that is literally me.
But if you look at her, like everything's kind of like in the middle section. I think that's what's similar.
Okay. Anyway, Sally Lindsay and Louisa Johnson and Adele is my, how would you say it? Doppelganger.
Doppelganger. I don't know if I've got any celebrity lookalikes, but do you know who my mum looks a lot like? Barbara Streisand.
She does.
Yeah, she gets that a lot.
She does look like her.
So maybe I will later down the line. Because I do.
You don't like your mum?
My mum.
She does a bit like a young Barbara Streisand though.
Yeah.
Anyway,
If anyone thinks I look like a celebrity, tell me, but only if they're fucking gorgeous.
yeah, let us know who you think
you.
we look like. Actually, send us in pictures of you and your twin, your celeb twin.
Yep.
Or send us pictures of you and say, who do you think I look like? But you need to have one. You need to have a lookalike. And let's see if we get it right.
Yeah, I like that game.
I like that game. We also had a response, by the way, from when we asked the question on a few episodes ago of plain romances.
If anyone was on Patreon, how fucking funny was Jessie's mum's message about her playing romance holiday pictures that related to it.
Oh, I don't look the exact same with a side parting.
Why do you look older than you do now? And you were 10. I know. What's that all about?
Right, Zoe, I've got a scenario for you. You're in a car crash. It's not your fault. Your car is in bits and you're majorly stressed out. What are you going to do?
Probably phone you.
Great. Well, maybe don't do that. But the correct answer is to call our friends at Waterman's, obviously.
What, so they can sort my car and everything?
Yep. You don't even have to phone your insurance company. Waterman's will sort it all for you.
What if I have to miss work and can't earn my money?
Well, they'll get you that money back too. Sorted.
Okay, I feel less embarrassed about being rear-ended now.
Okay. So as a girl, she says, hey girls, listening to your stories about flight romance, not quite a romance, but when flying solo to Thailand a few years ago, I was sat next to a guy and ended up chatting to him. On the transfer after the flight, he shook my hand and passed me this note. Sounds romantic. Could have been really romantic if I was interested, but unfortunately, he never got a text. The note says, Dear Princess Charlotte, it was indeed delightful to have had such a wonderful company with you on such a long haul flight. Can't believe how small indeed the world is. If your highness allows, would love to meet up for a coffee and take you out in Glasgow. Have a fun-filled time in Thailand. See you soon. Hopefully, he's put in inverted commas. P.S. Couldn't find paper, so I'm using a napkin and hope I got your spelling of your name right. Regards, Yagyan Ashby, with his number.
Why is he speaking like Ethan Bridgerton?
Because he's a little old romantic.
No, that's... No. No wonder she didn't text.
Did you hear me on the flight chatting to that guy?
The little old guy?
So I sat next to an 84-year-old veteran from... ex-military from the Vietnam War.
He was really cute.
Can you actually imagine how many questions I asked him? I was obsessed.
I was thinking to myself as well, she'll be thinking, going to shop while I go to sleep.
No, I couldn't stop asking him questions. I know everything about his whole family and extended family. And then he was with his 2 friends. His wife died 5 years ago. Her name was Margot. Love that name.
Love. Get that on the list.
I know, but a lot of people I know are called Margot. Friends, kids. It was spelt not the French way. Margot. It was. Margot. And she only died at 74. He's got 5 boys. And a lot of them are in like the fire service, whatnot. He now lives in LA. Sounds like he lives a really nice life, actually.
Sounds gorgeous.
But he was off to England for the first time to hike the Cotswolds for a week. Soul. But yeah, loved him.
Good on him hiking the fucking Cotswolds
Cotswolds. At
84.
84. He ended up telling me to basically shut up so he could put his headphones on and go sleep. I was like, why? Please talk to me. But no, he did me a favour because I slept the whole way. Anyway, right. We're halfway through the ep. Over halfway. So I saw this stat online. 65 UK nightclubs have shut in 2024. In unprecedented crisis for nightlife. Okay, we've spoke about this numerous times before, and this actually was a subject we wanted to talk on this episode anyway, when we were planning the season. Because we personally feel like since we used to go out when we were younger, things have changed a lot. Mostly to do with the fact that we are now all feel more comfortable wearing trainers on a night out. When we used to always dress up, wear heels, and it was nice. It was nice to dress up and feel, I don't know, just maybe different to what we would on day to day, if you like.
Do you remember the feeling when getting ready for a night out and it was like nervous belly for your night out? That was the best.
When you're in the taxi on the way to the nightclub.
And even getting ready, like you'd be sipping on, I remember so clearly like getting ready at my mum's and having a vodka lemonade whilst getting ready. Obviously I was with my pals a lot, but even if I was on my own, I'd have a wee drink and you would have like nervous belly, and I just couldn't wait to be ready.
Same.
Like the getting ready annoyed me, so I'm like, no, I just want to be there with my pals now.
And you have pictures in your living room with your friends.
Yeah.
And we're not saying that's still not happening, because it probably is. We're just older. That's not happening. But the fashion of a nightlife is absolutely in the UK different.
Definitely. And I do think it's still happening for some young people, but my wee sister who's 19 has never lived a partying life like I did.
No.
And it's not that she doesn't want to and is different than what I was. It's just that it's not as popular now.
However, she would have been, 16 when COVID hit?
Yeah.
And that is a good couple years of her getting fake ID, going out, doing all that. That's really affected the young people and the way they party now, because it's more house parties, raves. Anyway, we asked on the story, do you think nightlife is dying? 94% of you said yes, and 6% of you said no.
That's a big percentage, that.
Yeah, it was. And even the 6% though, that was quite high. But thousands of you voted yes. Does this affect your relationship, was the next question. Now this was interesting. 81% said no. I'd love to know who in that 81% has a partner.
Yeah.
And 19% of you said for sure, which is still very high. Now, are they saying that because they no longer go out with their partner and do certain things? Or are they saying it because they're single and they struggle to meet people organically because that's what they would prefer to do?
From what we then got in terms of responses to the question box and messages, I think a lot of those people will be, it's affecting them meeting someone.
Correct, yeah.
Because they do want to do it organically.
It's just not the same anymore, is it?
And it also, even if it's not about the physical, someone being there to meet, even if nightlife isn't as good and you and your pals aren't doing it as often, then how are you going to? So both need to work.
Yeah. I think people are leaving it down to friends of friends setting each other up with other things, or when they go to weddings, girls' holidays, trips away. That's where you meet groups of other people similar age to you. Because let's be honest, if I was single now and I wanted to go out and I was going out every weekend, I'd face a few difficult things. I'd face trying to find friends that would come out with me, that would want to come out with me every weekend. I would face finding guys that are similar interests to me, same age, that go to the same bars. Like, where do they go? I don't know. I'm not clued up enough to know where they go. So I'd probably end up going to certain bars that are a real younger crowd. And 3, if I was single, not only would I be then paying for somewhere to live on my own, which would cost me an awful lot of money, I would then having to spend that sort of disposable income that I would have left on going out. It's expensive.
Correct.
So there's a lot of factors to think about if you were in that situation. Or I could open my phone, in my bed, stay in, flick open an app and get catfished, potentially.
Yeah.
Or meet the love of my life, which I'm living proof that happens.
Well,
So-
there you go.
But that was 10 years ago. So has dating app lifestyle changed in years too?
I just
I
feel
don't
like
know.
everything changes these days for the negative.
No, I do agree with you, Zoe, but I do think it's
Like, why?
adaptable in the circumstances. A lot of people feel different in social situations since COVID as well. It's got a lot to answer for, that thing. It changed and shifted a lot of things. One of the positives I would say that came out of that time probably was, and I could be saying this wrong because I know a lot of people drank a lot in COVID, but a lot of people came out of it quite health conscious.
Yeah, definitely.
More people are enjoying the hungover free Sundays. A lot of people that had some sort of addiction to recreational drugs, alcohol, now openly admit online that they are preferring to wake up fresh on a Sunday morning rather than to be in someone's gaff after party at Sunday. You do see that a lot less, or hear about it a lot less.
Definitely.
Like I said, I could be wrong, but I'm just speaking from people that I know that have shared that with me or whatnot. So yeah, I think that's quite a good thing that people are now more aware of feeling that maybe it's not nightlife culture that's changed, but it's the drinking culture that's changed. People still want to go out and have fun
Yeah.
and socialise, but they maybe don't want to get pisses apart.
I am one of them people.
You are one of those people, actually, Zoe. And I even went on a holiday just there, and I know it was not, like, it was by choice because obviously I can't drink alcohol because I'm pregnant, but I genuinely do think I could do that, you know. I could go on a girls' holiday and avoid alcohol if I truly didn't want to do it and I didn't enjoy it that much. The feeling of waking up fresh or fresher than I would with a hangover was great.
I definitely could as well.
And I understand why people are more sober curious is the phrase they use.
I think it's just so easy. If you've always been sober, you wouldn't be tempted. But I think when you've not always been, it is just so much easier sometimes just to be like, oh, fine, I'll have a couple.
But it's, like you say, it's the social pressure that your friends give
what's
you.
the point in that couple?
Because you're boring if you're not, so they say. It is quite sad, isn't it, when somebody says they're not drinking? Why is it the only thing that you poison that you put into your body and you question why they're not doing it? But if somebody went to the toilet to go and take a line of gear, you'd just be like, well, you wouldn't say anything, but that seems more wrong than somebody doing liquid stuff that will completely change the way they are on a night out.
Yeah, no, it's fucked.
And we're
absolutely fucked.
asking people to acknowledge why they don't want to drink.
Well, that's what we were saying about the whole pregnant thing as well. It's like, how did you manage to hide it? You shouldn't need that. That shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
Like, you should be able to just say, I'm not drinking it, not be like, oh, are you pregnant then? That's so fucked up.
No, I know. But we're all guilty of it.
No, I know. But it's unwell.
It is. No, I do agree with you.
Anyway, we got quite a lot of messages.
Okay, hit me
So
up.
we'll share some people's views on this topic. I still love the odd night out, but I feel not drinking at the weekends, even getting dinner with friends, not drinking or having a few chilled drinks in brackets, is so much more normalised now. Maybe it's just getting older. I also feel like it's better for my relationship. When me and my boyfriend were partying heavily every weekend, you get the daft drunken arguments or less up for doing fun new things with each other because you're hungover. We still love a drink and a party sometimes, but it not being every weekend is 100% positive for us. A valid point there, by the way.
I like that.
A lot of people do have drunken arguments.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm a bit like, ugh, if Jason's rough in bed all day, I'm like, get up.
Yeah.
And he would feel the same if it was me. But it is just a bit like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Sort yourself out.
Yeah. A lot of people do have drunken rows, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
I actually can't relate to that because me and Rich don't drink together, which can be seen as, I used to see that as a negative. When I was younger, I kind of wish he would be a bit like, oh, come on, let's go and have a drink. He just didn't enjoy that. He doesn't enjoy me being drunk around him, vice versa.
Me and
He
Jason
also
don't drink together
absolutely
either,
doesn't
really.
want us to be hungover the next day.
No.
So it's something we've never done. But I will be honest, when I was younger, I kind of envied other couples that did it.
Yeah.
But then when you hear of people constantly rowing, yeah, it's not for me, that.
Even now, I say to Jason quite a lot, I wish we wanted to go out and have a drink with each other. Like, I'm not saying get fucking pissed. I just mean, like, you know, dinner, go to a couple of bars after, nice glass of wine or whatever. And he is so right. Every time he's like, well, but we don't want to, so that's fine. And I'm like, yeah, no.
True. But I do like that though, don't you? Having a meal and going for a wine or two.
Yeah, and that's what
when
I
I've
mean,
done
like,
that with Rich, it is lovely.
I would like to do it more.
It's not
but
often enough.
Neither of us are
that bothered
about drinking enough to like go out and do that. We would rather go for a nice dinner, eat far too much food, come home, food coma on the couch with more chocolates in a film.
Yeah.
It's like there's no point wishing you were doing something, but just don't want to do it. I do think it comes with age though as well. Like I think as you get older, you maybe get a bit more into trying wines and I don't know.
I think as you get older, Sundays do become
your favourite
day.
Absolutely.
If you're fresh and if you don't hate your job.
A Sunday is the day to like set yourself up for the week.
Yeah.
Not rot away in your bed. Okay, next. I feel like 18, 19, 20-year-olds don't really go to the club like I would have at that age, but now they're clogging up spaces that would have usually been for an older clientele. Means we all feel like we're surrounded by kids and nights out now. Obviously people can do what they want, but clubbing is class at that age, and I feel like it's a shame they aren't get to experience it. I think I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like you do go clubbing and then pubbing as you get older, whereas the clubbing has been missed out. Where's the clubs?
Mm-hmm.
Where is the clubs physically? Where are people going?
Well, they all shut down, Zoe.
There's no
They
clubs.
haven't got enough people to fill the capacity of the rooms of the clubs anymore.
Like use Wonder Bar as an example, that the age range in there's underage to 30 odd.
Yeah.
Like you do feel old in places, and I do think that's a valid point.
But whenever something new opens, like we said, Wonder Bar at the start, it was great. We loved it. Top floor is still quite good on a Sunday. But when the kids start finding the more popular places, they do end up taking over. Which is fine. They're completely valid to do that. They're the ones that are giving the money to these bars consistently. Exactly. We're not. Mm-hmm. But it just kind of makes us feel less appealing for the older crowd to continue going out.
I do think it's a shame if younger people don't experience like what we did, because it was like the best years ever.
But then, let's make it on the flip side. I bet you our parents are like, oh, well, you never experienced clubbing in Ibiza in the 90s and the 80s where there was no mobile phones, there was no cameras. We all just danced the night away to real music.
Everything changes with time, and it's relevant to the people living in that time.
Exactly.
Really?
So then these kids are not bothered that we're so bothered they're not experiencing the way we did it, because they don't know any different.
However, my wee sister says to me, so if you're from Motherwell or even just Lanarkshire, you'll know of the Mega Bar. And me and my pals used to get ready quite a lot at my dad's before going there. And we would get her in, like she wanted to come and sit in with us, even though she honestly must have been 8 years old. And she used to always say, like, I can't wait till that's me.
Aww.
And then when she got to that age, like the club shut down and she's never really done that. But she did want to.
Well, she's moving to London, so she'll be able to party.
Thriving.
Her heart's content. Somebody actually messaged, because we had lots of responses in the DMs and on the response box. Mm-hmm. But somebody wrote one, this is quite interesting here. Since COVID and everything reopened, they're struggling for a couple of things. They can't have spontaneous nights out anymore. That's not a thing. You have to book everything still. Which is a nightmare.
That has kind of stayed that way, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You never used to book anything unless you were booking like a booth for somebody's birthday.
Yeah, never.
Just turn
up. And even then you could book a booth a few days before.
Yeah.
And the service, the hospitality industry, finding people that will want to work for a start. These younger kids don't want to work. They can't be arsed. They're lazy. I'm not saying all of them, but there's a lot of kids that are they haven't got the urge to go and want to work. I had 3 jobs when I was your sister's age, and I loved it.
Yeah.
And I worked in bars, I worked in retail, and it was just, you kind of like went from job to job.
And that was like part of your social life.
Yeah. That's how you met people. That's how you still were able to afford to go out, because you were still in the midst of it. Finding the service and getting people to actually rely on them to turn up to work and remain in a job is apparently really tough for the hospitality industry at the moment. So it's just not the same experience. You'd rather stay in and have a meal where you can cook it yourself than go out somewhere where it's a really shit service.
Yeah, and cost you 3 times the price.
That's what I mean.
Also, another thing on the flip side of the service thing, I don't want to have to scan a QR code
For a
to
menu.
order my drinks or my food.
Nothing I hate more. Because you know why? I think of older people like my nan and my granddad.
Yeah.
If they were to go out to a restaurant, they ain't scanning a QR code.
I know.
She's on gift gaff. She needs to connect to your Wi-Fi.
She's ran out of minutes.
She's ran out of minutes a long time ago. She tops up her phone still. Like, don't make her do that.
Those were iconic days when,
Great days. And I just think, my little nan, like, she's not one. Just give her a paper menu. Let her
Also,
get her
see as
specs
well,
out.
like, not even that. Some people don't have a smartphone. Like,
True.
one of my uncles, genuinely, he doesn't have a smartphone. Like, he's got, like, the equivalent of a Nokia because he's not interested. He doesn't have social media.
Burner phone.
Literally, that's what it looks like. But he doesn't have a smartphone, so he physically couldn't. I think even you do naturally think of older people, which I think is a bit more generalised, but not everyone actually has a smartphone. Secondly,
You might not have your phone with you. Your battery might have died.
battery, and that's, I sometimes forget to check what my battery's at the airport, and your boarding pass is on your phone.
I know.
Even that, I'm like, it's all...
But we laugh at all of our airport dads that have the things printed in a cling film thing, and they're the ones that know they're clocked on.
But I do also think as well, like, and I know this is thinking about it deeply, but what if you were a family who, like, didn't have much money, you didn't have smartphones, but you were taking, like, your kid out for a special birthday, and it's like, you maybe feel embarrassed to be like, I don't have a phone to scan that or whatever. Just give us a fucking menu.
I mean, I think a lot of restaurants do end up having a menu, don't they? They must have
But
an
you
option.
have to ask for it.
Yeah.
Like, the QR code thing annoys me.
Yeah, it's just taking
lot.
away that sort of, and that was from COVID, wasn't it? To try and stop
touching
sanitising thing. That needs to come back.
Yeah.
That's not hard work, guys, to pass them on a menu, is it? It's not.
I know, it's bizarre. Someone else wrote in saying that me and my pals are all early to mid-20s and we've now started a rotation of house parties like once a month and everyone lets loose. House parties were the best.
They are the best. But that's stopping you meeting other people, though,
New
isn't
people.
it?
Yeah.
Which they probably don't give a shit about. They just want to mingle with their mates. But if we're talking about the dating aspect,
I know.
house parties are stopping that, aren't they? Unless you get, oh, can my mates come over? And then...
I mean, when I used to go to house parties, I probably knew one person in there. You would go with like a couple of your pals and the rest would be strangers.
Love those days. A lot of people wrote here in the responses that they love day sessions.
Yep, during the day drinking instead.
I do enjoy that. But the problem is I always forget we can do it. So when a Saturday comes, I'm like, oh, unless it's someone's birthday, I should say to you, do you want to go out for a couple of drinks today? What bloody great idea is that? Let's go and shop down Buchanan Street, stop in a few bars, have a couple of cookies, get the train back. Stunning. And if it goes one step too far and you're out until 3 a.m. the next day, then fantastic. It was spontaneous. It was funny. We don't do that enough because we are more health conscious. We're like, oh, I don't really want to, I don't know, I don't want to feel pissed. I don't feel like shit.
I honestly don't remember the last time I asked someone to go out for a drink.
Shall we? Oh, I forgot.
You can't, unfortunately.
Can't, sadly.
Like, I genuinely don't remember the last time I went on a day or night out and it wasn't for an occasion. I never go on a night out.
Same.
Never.
I bet you a lot of people listening are the same.
Yeah, but I'm not really mad at it, I don't think. I don't get the craving for it. I used to every so often be like, I could go a right good night out. Let's actually get dressed up this time. Like, blah, 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 blah.
Don't you think this sort of season, though, makes you feel that way?
Yeah,
I
maybe,
definitely
actually.
feel this way in October. We've said this before on the
Bit of
pod.
sparkles and that.
October to December is a good time to party in your home city. It is. Last year, I was out loads. We went out for my birthday. I know it was an occasion, but
Yeah, that was good actually.
I'm sure we were out quite a bit. I wasn't out of Kong. I loved it in there for like 2 months. God bless me. Right, so people are just saying, I'll read a few responses here. Why are there no places to go and no men? I don't know, honey. I don't know why. If it's something to do like we spoke about last time, where men either choose to chill on their own or they're choosing to... A lot of them have gone down this health route. Join gyms, join these CrossFitty style Spice Boy gyms because they're all there.
It is a good way to socialise, those kind of group gyms, I think.
Run clubs.
There's
a lot of them there.
Or like people are getting into all that, like tennis and what's that other one? Paddle.
What's that?
I don't know. I was having this conversation the other day. I think it is like table tennis, but without the table.
So squash. You're not hitting against a wall.
Yeah, you're not hitting against a
So
wall.
badminton.
No, but you've got a wooden bat. So it's table tennis without bouncing on a table.
It's like beach bat.
Yeah, I think so, really. Can we just stick to tennis and badminton? It's confusing enough.
Yeah.
I'm a tennis coach, mind.
Impossible to meet someone on a night out these days. Older guys do not go out anymore. These older guys are at their local pub.
Yeah, they are.
Especially if you live down south. I don't know about up here what the pub situation is because I don't really live near many that are like that vibe. But down where I live, country pubs, they all hang about there. Fit guys as well.
I don't know if it's as much like that here, but I would say...
After work, builder, tradies, going
it's
to...
definitely also to do with sport.
Okay.
There's a lot of pubs like round stadiums and stuff that I think you would find a lot of guys in, but I don't know if that's a lot of people's type of guy.
Yeah.
But I think that's where a lot of like big groups kind of congregate
Right.
at once. I don't think you've got the local pub thing as much here because a lot of people don't stay in their hometown.
Someone's right here. I run a pub. We used to be packed at night, but now so much busier during the day. And continuous people replying in. The girlies saying day sesh is the new night out. Daytime drinking is the way forward. I like going day drinking. It's more fun and there's no taxis to get home at a night out. Guys, if you're listening, the girlies are out in the day. Girlies, if you're listening, the guys are out in these packed pubs in the day. That's where they are.
Yeah.
Go and find them. Stop going to places that are full of kids, and that's where you need to go if that's what you want. Get your hinge up, put your radius onto 10 metres.
There'll be
Bob's your
somebody
uncle.
standing right next to you, ready to go. My random thought actually links really well to this subject, which is what I've just realised.
Go for it.
Do men realise how lucky they are to not have toilet queues?
Always think it's Zoe. But they aren't lucky that they have to go into smelly, wee-infested rooms.
But you don't need to
They
touch.
stink.
You don't need to touch anything apart from your own dick.
Penis. Yeah, but we didn't have to touch our bits to go for a wee. That can't be that pleasant.
No, I know, but they're touching the exterior.
Yeah.
And they can wash their hands after, which
Yeah.
I know loads don't do, by the way, because you can just tell. But every time I think, see, when you both pass the same door, there's always a queue for the ladies, none for the men, I think.
The reason is because they're not washing their hands. It's got to be. Not that that would stop the queue, I guess.
I think just women must just relax on the toilet. It's
Yeah.
like, what's taking you so long?
I get my phone out, so I was scrolling. I'm like,
Yeah, you're the problem. Why is it taking you so long in there? Even if you were doing a number 2, it shouldn't take that long.
I know, it is an issue, isn't it? And we're always bursting as well.
That's what I was going to say. I don't think it helps that, and it's not that I wait until I'm bursting, we all know this, I'm nothing to bursting, there's no in between. And I do just think it must be so nice. And in reflection of that, there is a picture from Nashville, which
I was going to bring it up, but I was going to let you do
can't
it.
ever be shared. But me, Molly and Heather were in a toilet queue and it was taking too long and the men's was right there and I thought, no one's in there. Let's just go in. And we had to pee in the urinals. We were squatting over
There's
the
actually
urinal.
pictures of Zoe bent over, aiming for the urinal, whatever it's called. And I was like, wait, that's not a toilet. And you were like, oh, no.
No, I have no regrets because you could lock it. There was 2 in it. You could lock the door so nobody was
Yeah.
going to come in. And see, honestly, I wouldn't choose to do things like that because they are minging in the arsemelly. But see if I didn't do that, and this is just me, I'm not being dramatic here, I would have peed myself. Like,
Yeah.
I can't hold, I had bladder issues. I genuinely had to do that. There was no other option. I either get told off for using a man's toilet,
Oh, told off.
or I've got piss down my legs.
And it's all over the floor in your bar.
You decide.
Zoe, fair fucks, honey.
Absolutely.
Fair fucks.
We'll end on a fun fact from Murray today. We've now tasked him with giving us at least 2 a month. And they need to be interesting because he told us an elephant one was shite.
I quite like that one.
So, did you know if you earned £7,000 an hour since Jesus Christ was born, do we even know when that was, you would still not be as rich as Jeff Bezos?
Bezos.
Did you know that? Before Murray told us earlier.
We need that fact busting or fact checked. Because that seems like an extreme extortionate amount. I'd maybe understand £7,000 a day, but the hour things throw me off.
£7,000.
Jesus Christ was born in, I was about to say BC, but that's not correct because obviously that's before Christ.
2024 years ago, apparently.
Oh, fucking hell, Zoe, why are we so thick?
No, get me out of here. I'm going home.
I forgot that this whole year was based around Lord Jesus Christ. How dare we forget?
You couldn't have paid me £1 million to tell you
I'd
that.
have never fucking knew that, honestly. I'm terrible. I wouldn't.
Check them out.
Is that your fact checker right there?
Holy moly!
So
Jeff Bezos' net worth is, Murray, I don't even know what that number is, but there's 3, 6, 9. There's 9 zeros and then there's 210 before those 9 zeros. What the hell is that? 210 billion
Yeah.
pounds. Oh yeah, it says it there, sorry. 210 billion pounds divided by 7,000 equals 30 million hours to surpass him. There are 8,760 hours per year. So 3,424 years to catch up to Jeff Bezos' current wealth at $7,000 an hour. If it was expanded at its current rate, literally never, because wow, I mean, my brain's mashed up, but okay, I believe you.
That is nuts. He better be doing a lot for world hunger.
Do you know what? It actually makes more sense because I didn't even think about 2024 being the years after Jesus Christ. So that makes more sense. I was thinking it was more like
Millions of years. BC.
I was going to like dinosaur years. Anyway.
Things like that blow my mind. Anyway.
See ya.
let's Fuck off.
We've blabbed for ages.
I know. Thanks so much for listening as always. Kisses. And we'll see you on Friday. If not, we'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye guys.
Bye.